that BP
It's
don't
not
want to pick
attributed
Secret,
right now.
But
Rumors have it.
Secret, when they draft well, they are very good at getting good lane matchups. And that is something Virtus.pro hate playing against, because Virtus.pro are a team that's very snowbally by nature and want to get off to a good start. Probably the reason they ban Lich every game is that no one doesn't want to tilt minute 5 and just leave. So then you don't want to play against Lich and dual mid. So it's probably just Solo making sure his mid player gets to play Dota when he bans that. This hero has plenty of issues. Lich, you can definitely outplay it with different heroes. One of them on Liquid's side right now. Actually, two of them. I think both Night Stalker and Nature's Prophet have potentials against Lich.
So it's Doom.
Fata Doom?
Hmm.
He was really good with that hero.
Oh yeah.
One of his best,
Yeah,
for sure.
Very good.
I like it. It's a hero that can run in. It can pressure the silencer very early on. Global really doesn't.
5 seconds remaining.
It's pretty nice. He has the Frost Armor to also back it up. One of the classic lanes that LFY ran at TI, the offlane Lich Doom.
Here's the Radiant Pass.
Ran Necro into Doom. That's unusual.
Why would you do that?
For the laning, probably. Liquids might be scared that they will lose the lanes too hard, so now they get
because this is the hero that Liquid have not picked.
Liquid have
all.
0 stuns to play with Silencer. It's a bit weird. Like, usually you pick Silencer if you have, say, a Batrider, and you can lasso a guy, global sound, so they can't counterplay and get that pick. But right now, they have no guarantee that they get a pick with the global.
Or to use it to counter a Shaker or something like that jumps in.
Yeah, exactly. If it counters something, it wasn't like particularly great when they picked it here, I think. There might be something.
They haven't had a reason for it though, which is what I'm curious. I'm trying to find that.
10 seconds.
I think the hero is in some ways pretty good against Ember because of Last
5
Word.
seconds remaining.
Ember is a very chaining type hero, so it's annoying when you get Last Worded. And of course, the global sets you up to kill him off. But I just don't know if that's enough to justify it as a third pick in this draft. I'm not that big of a fan of this support duo in particular. Like Night Stalker Silencer, I think, do a bit of the same, like both playing around silence. If the first pick from Liquid would have been the GH Earth Spirit instead, I think it would have been a way better pick. Because then you can allow Earth Spirit to roll in, cast all his spells because he can't counterplay with Global, and then play around it that way. But we'll see. I like Liquid's first phase a lot. The second phase to me falls a little bit flat, so currently a bit more in the Secret train here, but and Secret even had the last pick. So yeah. I think they should be pretty happy with what they've got right now.
It's a very unusual Liquid draft, isn't it?
It really is.
Anyway, they throw us for a loop, do something like a Wisp last pick for Liquid, and change one of those other heroes into a core.
What would you do? Mid Silencer? It has to be the Silencer that's a core then. I don't think you put core Night Stalker and support Furion, or have Night Stalker, Furion, and Necros your tri-core. It's a bit strange. It sounds pretty weak to me. I'm more or less set on this being a Silencer support. We could see... It actually, that's a fair point. I think Silencer as a core is actually really strong against Ember Spirit in lane. That's a bad lane matchup for the Ember. If they're thinking that way, that could be a possibility. That's one of the pieces of information you give away when you pick Ember Spirit so early, is that this hero, in my mind, is almost a lock on mid. You can sometimes safe lane it, but...
Dire's turn to pick.
And Ace Meepo.
Just in case.
Brood is still... No, that was first phase
no.
ban. I was like, I don't see a Brood ban toward the end. I'm not used to looking up there for Brood. I'm not used to looking in the first phase for a Brood ban.
That was a good one.
Whenever you look at these two teams, you look for Brood ban. I'm just saying, like, these teams play that so much.
And the Meepo.
5 seconds remaining.
Gotta be sure you don't fall into traps. Is there anything left?
Anything cheesy?
Tricky here. So I think Liquid just flat out need a miracle here. Oh, okay.
Oh, hello. What are we saying?
Which of the two amazing Doom targets are you going to Doom now? So, will you pick Necro or Invoke?
A choice of two.
This, to me, looks like an absolutely outstanding Pugna game if they could fit it into their strat. But
10 seconds.
Where would that go, though?
That's the
now?
thing. Like,
Yeah.
would they be try to be cute and put it on a 4 Fenlancer?
Okay.
Because they, yeah. So it's support Lich and Doom
Choose
by
your
Yapzor
hero.
now.
Yeah.
It looks like not a Fata Doom this time around. It will be Fata on Venomancer. We haven't seen that too much.
Fought on Venom.
Yeah, have you seen that?
Not recently. Oh, we've seen it a little bit, but that's like those are his heroes. Viper, Razor, Venom.
This is a sick PL game, by the way. It is so good. The only thing that's dangerous to him is if Invoker combos him, pretty much nothing else can even touch him.
You can't really combo him because he has double.
Yeah, there's Global Silence. So, you know,
5
and
minutes.
Night Stalker Silence.
5
So you're
minutes of win
Silence,
game.
then you Force Manta, then you Global, then you combo. Come on, it's easy.
All right.
This guy's NTI, man.
In one word, which way is game 1 going?
I like Secret a bit more. I think they have good counter picks. One word.
I'll also go with Secret.
10 seconds.
A plethora of words here at the desk as we will now wrap things up and we'll go back inside the Barclaycard Arena. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second semi-final. It's all set nicely between Team Liquid and Secret. Let's see how they get on.
You couldn't ask for a better matchup here in the semi-final. On the final day of ESL 1, Hamburg, Team Secret versus Team Liquid. Kuro versus Puppey, the two long-standing Dota players. Turn cap industry have both pretty good similarities between the two. They both have some young superstar positions in both their core position as well as their mid lane. They've got some veterans in there as well, especially Secret, having the experienced Fata in the off lane. Mind Control certainly adapted in his own in Liquid. He seems to be one hell of an off laner. I love this matchup, Blitz, but who do you really give it to after looking at this draft? I mean, we called the Phantom Lancer towards the end for Secret, but do you think that actually wins them this entire match?
I think it does. I think this hero is going to go relatively unchallenged. I think he's a really strong hero right now. I know he hasn't had the best statistics, but sometimes when you just have a really good PL game, it's going to be a really good PL game. But I mean, I'm really interested in this matchup. It could have easily been a grand finals anywhere else.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Secret have been on one hell of a roll, but they haven't proven themselves at the highest level yet, right? Like they haven't gotten themselves a win at a minor. Now they're at the major. Now that this is their best shot to be able to establish themselves before this patch comes to a close. I also want to talk about what you said on the panel. Remember we were talking about how Kuro, he had that thing that he said about being able to establish this meta as Team Liquid. And right here, right now, this is their opportunity to close out this patch.
Yeah, I know that Kuro's really interested in legacies, and being able to say we were the best from start to finish, I think would mean a lot to him. As both sides actually feature hometown favorites.
Yep,
both German players in this game on Secret and Liquid. I heard one dude clap.
Look at that. Team Liquid going for the invasion are able to pick up that extra bounding rune. So we're going to have Fata on the off-lane Venomancer. A little switcheroo that Secret gave us, and they're going to have Ace taking over the mid lane as the Phantom Lancer. A good matchup versus the Invoker, correct?
Yes, and Yapzor going to be playing this spoiler role where I think this Doom is going to be quite annoying. Doom has always been a very good hero against the Invoker because you can just simply run at him. Invoker's weakness has always been the fact that if you dual lane him, he can't really do a whole lot against it, and I think this support Doom kind of threw them for a loop. They were probably expecting something like the Lich plus the Doom in the off lane.
Yep.
But instead, it's something a little bit different here.
And that means we're going to be having safe lane for mid one on the Ember Spirit, guarded by Puppey's Lich. But he is going up against a Furion. This looks like a really tough lane for Secret. So even if they do get the one-on-one matchup, or even the two-on-two matchup in the mid lane, their safe lane is going to be suffering heavily.
And I think they're okay with that trade. Although you'd really like to see Yapzor try to grab a creep, make an aggressive move on this mid lane, as he had to use his first Devour just for the Treants. Yapzor being a bit of a greedy player, and this is the perfect hero for a greedy player.
Yeah, absolutely. A support Doom that can spend his time in the jungle, get his own set of farm. You can already see he's level 2. Looks like he actually picked up a bigger troll, so he does have at least the ensnare to be able to set up a gank here. Fata playing pretty aggressively. Running out of regen is going to have to go through a healing salve. You can see poor mid one. At least they finally got the ice armor from Puppey, so that will help mitigate a lot of the physical damage that is being run at him by Mind Control's Furion, as well as GH's Night Stalker.
Right now at bottom, Puppey, just trying to drag the creep wave back, is going to be able to do so. And it looks like Mind Control and GH wanted to get aggressive, but likely to just wait until it's nighttime. No real rush for them. As up at top, Fada starting to get low, but...
Oh, the Furion's going to TP in here. Mind Control is going to be able to catch Fada, and that's going to be our first blood. As Verifier buys him a little bit more time, as well as the Magic Wand, but here comes the Sunstrike. Jehovah, Miracle is able to land the first blood here for Liquid.
And a very nice pickup for Invokers. That global presence allows them to get some XP, get some farm.
We've got double global heroes here, Invoker and the Furion, so this is a way that Liquid can really keep the pressure on Secret.
Yeah, they don't have my favorite setups that I've ever seen for the Invoker Sunstrike. Oftentimes when they have something like this, they give Mind Control something like Beastmaster, but I think there are just some heroes that you don't want to give Mind Control, and Nature's Prophet happens to be one of them, and so Liquid pretty much has to pick it.
Yep.
You've got to kind of put the fear into people in best of threes. You got to say, like, these are still the heroes that we think are OP. Try to beat them. And for Secret, it'll mean a lot if they can beat this Nature's Prophet in this first game, considering no one was able to really do it at TI.
Yeah, we saw TI, they were like, geez, this Furion is too much, and they banned it the second and third game after giving it up in the first series. Let's see whether or not...
even sniped the courier. He's inside the base right now.
He's getting on top of Matumba Ban. It looks like he may drop here as YapzOr's first rotation is going to be well worth it. But as you said, Mind Control did manage to snipe out.
Did he snipe it as it was leaving? That was such a weird position. He suicided in for it. I saw it happening. I was like, what is he doing there? Yeah. And does manage to find the timing for it and then immediately suicides to the fountain so he can make his way down bottom. But those were the tangos, I believe. As mid one also out of regen, and this is going to hurt them a lot more than I think they realize.
So you think after being able to snipe that and seeing that mid one's not going to be able to get regen, do we just continue to keep the pressure on that safe lane, keep the Ember Spirit down?
Yeah, but unfortunately he had to suicide for it.
Yeah.
Which I think is the correct call. You're not getting out of there with your life.
So it's going to take him a little extra time to get back to lane.
It's also going to help Miracle out, who is really farmed right now. Performance in the game, level 5, has a Ring of Basti.
I thought the Fan Lancer was supposed to win this matchup. What happened?
I think it's the combination of him getting first blood. Yes. The largest thing is he got first blood and they get the courier kill.
Here comes the rotation down to bottom lane. GH is going to go for mid one here. They're trying to go for the body block with the treants as well as the slow. With the Sunstrike over the top, that's going to be another Miracle kill. 2-2, maybe 2-3. Puppey barely gets out alive, it looks like, from TP away. But now Liquid completely forced this safe lane to come back to base. And they are going to have 3 lanes, it looks like.
Yeah, right now both the safe lanes are suffering, as we saw YapzOr heavily prioritize harassing that top area. And Liquid, right now, it seems like most of their focus is trying to put pressure on lanes so that Miracle can get this very advantageous 1v1. And I say that now just because of such a good start he's had. And mid one at bottom getting dove by the illusions. Krogi, though, out of mana.
Going to pop out that Flame Guard. GH
Maybe they
is going to try and run him down here. Now, he doesn't have the silence, so he's just going to throw out the level 2 slow for the Void, but it looks like they are going to be able to bring him down with just the physical attack. So Liquid gain yet another kill. A TP in from the Doom here. Looks like YapzOr is going to try and keep the pressure off this tower. Now, in some situations, you would see this kind of pressure and actually give up the safe lane tower early, but it doesn't look like Secret's going to do that, and it may cost them their lives. YapzOr's getting got by another Sunstrike from Miracle. Liquid is just racking him up for Miracle to knock him down.
And most of the time you see Liquid, they try to like tri-lane mid, but this time around they're just creating space around the map, finding kill opportunities, so even better for Miracle, as I think YapzOr, you have to give up on that area. Liquid, representing 3 heroes at once, are so strong early on, and something
what do we do as Secret to change this? Do we put Venomancer bottom lane and like switch up the lane somehow?
Yes, and that's exactly what they're going to do, but this isn't going to be helpful for them either, as this is not an easy lane for the Veno to deal with, only 1 level of the wards. That's going to help him spot GH. But something I was going to mention is when you have heroes like Doom and Ember who naturally have low int and low mana pools, it's very annoying to die around that silencer.
Yeah, he just keeps racking up the intelligence, the stolen intelligence.
Especially as somebody who I know plays Doom, it's really, really annoying.
Yeah, percentage-wise, it's so much of your mana. Even just 2 intelligence, it hurts a lot. YapzOr, who's smoked up, is actually going to run a GH here around that 6-minute bounty room. And and does have the help of Kuro, so Yapzor's in some serious trouble. Fada's going to make his way over. Looks like they're going to try and go for Kuro here. Fada actually tries to hit the slow onto GH as well. Misses out on that one. They're going to miss out on the kill on Kuro as well. GH, look at Yapzor. He's hugging the heroes. He wants to make sure that he's not going to be caught up by a Sunstrike here, but what a good run out from GH. Mind Control gets another courier somehow, and GH is still going to be able to get away.
That courier has spent all but 1 minute of this game dead. I don't know how it's happening or how he's really timing it out, but I mean, he's finding the angle every single time, and that is so frustrating, I think, for Secret.
Do you think he actually just timed out like from the last death, like 3 minutes later, and he was like, all right, it's up now, it's probably going to fly out?
He probably saw the courier going downwards and then just timed it on its descent back, but that's still pretty absurd. To lose a courier twice like that, dead for 6 minutes, it's only been 7 minutes into the game. It's like it's been necro-ulted like several times. But it's Matama Man.
I mean, he's getting space too. Look at him. He's got a Staff of Wizardry on top of the treads.
Yeah, and it seems like Secret was unprepared to deal with this kind of pressure, but this is what Liquid does with their Nature's Prophet. They're going to play very aggressively in that offlane area, force a lot of pressure down there, and I think the thing that's throwing Secret off is they're not really helping this Invoker.
Yeah.
They probably expected there to be more support for this Invoker, but Miracle's been relatively untouched.
If you're Liquid, you're probably going to say, like, look, Miracle, you're going to have maybe some heroes running at you, but we're going to get you back into the game via Sunstrikes.
Yes.
Right? So as long as we're winning the other lanes and you're collecting the bounty for the kills, you're fine. And
the problem here is that I think Secret is playing too counter-aggressive. Like, they're trying to make things happen after the fact. Like, they're playing very reactively, I should say, as Yapzor. They're going to pop that fire.
So you want them to start setting the tempo, like ganking Matamba Man some more. Like, if you're going to lose your safe lane, you might as well make sure that the enemy safe laner is not having a good time. And Matamba Man has definitely made some serious recovery.
Yeah, but who's really having a bad time on the side of Liquid? And that's the problem is, okay, so they go bottom to help out, but that lane's already dead. Miracle, by that time, he's too hard to gank. And top, all of a sudden, you haven't really touched that area in quite some time. Matamba Man's starting to get farmed. And this is the dangerous Liquid when they're able to win all 3 of their lanes because they have very greedy cores. But if they can do it this successfully, and look at the gold lead, 4,000 at 8 minutes is really fast.
Okay, so I feel like we're beating on Secret almost as hard as Liquid is right now. But what about like the fact that they do have some pretty strong mid-game heroes? Like surely they're going to hit a swing at some point in time where the Ember Spirit, now that he's got his ultimate, can start going around getting some kills. Doom up as well. Venomancer's a strong mid-game hero. Like they can at least bring this game back via those early game points, right?
Yeah, they probably missed their early game timing with their Doom, but the next one is let him get level 6, then start going around the map. Get aggressive, take down one of the cores. And the good news is, if you are playing against a Nature's Prophet, you can almost always get back into the game because this hero can't lose by
Fury on TP in. Looks like he's going to go for Puppey here, surrounds him with
another
a
one.
He is going to be able to get another Sunstrike kill for Miracle, dominating already for the 10-minute mark.
This is starting to get a little bit out of control right now. Normally, you really want to pressure this Invoker. That's what we thought would happen with this with this Doom PL mid, but for the most part, he's been untouched, and now Mind Control.
Spiraling out of control now. What is Mid-Wan up to here? He's cutting the creep wave, runs into the Invoker. Looks to be able to take it before he jumps back. Matamba Man not able to get the Reaper Scythe off, nor would have killed Mid-Wan. Flame Guard still up.
Yeah. And it looks like Secret, they might just be afraid to make their courier lead invades. I'm not sure if anybody needs to right now, but you've got to be careful. Mind Control has represented that he's willing to snipe it multiple times. Yapzor going to make his way up here. Doesn't want to use the Doom quite yet, though.
But they do have GH as well as Mind Control coming in from the side, so they're actually going to try and get a counter kill onto Fada. Stopping the TP with the Void, but they're not going to be able to stop Yapzor's TP out. So it is going to be a core for a support to the favor of Liquid.
Still, with this kind of gold lead, I think that's a relatively even exchange. Like, they got to get kills happening on the map. They didn't have to expect Doom for it either. Dagon completed on Matamba Man. He's going to pop
with the Dagon. He's going to be able to bring down Mid-Wan. He did not see that one coming.
I didn't see that one coming either.
Oh, the Dagon early pick up 11 minutes in from Matamba Man, and it's already worth it.
That's so cool. He was showing as if he was going to go for a Force Staff.
Yeah.
And Mid-Wan's like, all right, I've got Flame Guard. There's no way that I can die. So much magic damage there. Bursted out. 20 seconds still on the deck for him as Yapzor making his way up top. Mind Control already TPing out. They're going to spot this with the Ward Air. Here, we're going to see it again.
So Mid-Wan's thinking to himself,
level 4 Flame Guard.
Level 4 Flame Guard. I could just burn you down, and all of a sudden it becomes too much. Mid one's down for 40 seconds off that death.
Fortify their structures.
Straight up lane as now Ace, he's got to make something happen. You can't have this passive laning phase anymore. Starting to go around the map.
But Phantom Lancer isn't like the best core to go around killing orders, right? Like I feel like he's more of a 25, 30 minute after you've got Diffuse a Blade and some stats.
Yes, he needs to just continue to run right now. But I fear for his team's ability to fight without him right now.
Yeah.
As they have Lich, who hasn't had the easiest game either. As Puppey is run around, his game's been slowed down a lot. GH, even a higher level. Mid, Mind Control, already starting the Treant Assault as he wants to back up. Mid one popping that Flame Guard preemptively. But I think the mid tower is going to be the next location.
Look at this smoke wrap around. Liquid really want to take that mid tier 1 away.
That ward saw them, and the scan is going to confirm this, that they are moving around this mid area. And Secret, they've done their homework. They know that this move is coming. YapzOr, though, might still get spotted out. He's going to start taking the high ground as the illusion starts making its way up, and the ward is placed. Preemptively pops that Scorched Earth.
So it looks like Secret are kind of just giving this one up.
They know for a fact that they're behind that tower area now.
Nice attempt at it. Doesn't do enough damage. Mid one's going to join them here, but the tower is already under so much assault. It's definitely going down before Secret is able to. We're going to lose that map control. It just seems like Secret are reading this as Liquid's just too strong, right?
I did like that they were able to deward. They sent that coming, and it's a very obvious play after you go for the bottom tower to just immediately connect it. Especially considering that the tower was already at half HP.
Now look at Fada. He also reads the fact that Liquid's coming this way. It seems like Secret have, again, as you said, done their homework about Liquid, seen what kind of rotations they like to make. They're reading the strategy of Liquid very well. They just didn't really anticipate the laning phase.
No, not
and
at all.
because of that, they're at such a deficit that they just can't even fight Liquid.
Yeah, it just feels like they know what's happening and they still can't stop it.
Yeah.
The gold lead already at 7,000, and this is a really casual 7,000 gold lead. It doesn't feel as if there's any large-scale engagement that allowed this to happen, but it's just largely on the fact that all three of the cores steadily farming away. YapzOr does have that Doom available. 13 minutes in, we haven't seen it quite yet.
Kill. Really, really need this kill, but there is Liquid sitting here on the side. In fact, the Silencer is next to Matamaban. More importantly, he has Global Silence up, so YapzOr is not going to see that opportunity to go for Matamaban. Matamaban's not being punished for his super greedy build of the Dagon, because that means he has nobody to fight. He's super susceptible to magic damage, but they haven't killed him since.
Nobody is being punished for their greedy builds. Right now, Miracle Invoker has a lot of items that don't provide him anything. Halfway to that Axe. Once he has the Axe, of course, he's going to ramp up his effectiveness, but for the most part, this guy's just been farming Ancients and farming that neutral creep Triumvirate as Fada mid.
They're going to go for it with the Haste Rune. They're going to try and cut it down now. They're going to get the Leaper side. Oh, Jesus! Woo! That is the kitchen sink being thrown at poor Fada. Matamaban is the one to pick up the kill off the Reaper side.
50 seconds dead. That is a really long time. I think he does have his Midas. Is he going to lose Midas efficiency for that?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Oh, no. That's really where it hurts.
Maybe get to YapzOr does manage to get off the Scorched Earth, so he's okay in this situation. Again, it's Secret either dying or retreating from every single engagement. They have yet to be the ones to set the tempo.
What's weird for me, Cap, is that it's the heroes that you don't often see setting up these fights. Like this Necrolich running around. Yeah, he's
stacking Reaper's Sight.
As much as Secret don't have these heroes that can easily do it, hold that thought as Ace gonna get silenced up.
Silence off.
Where's the Sunstrike again?
Coming in. They're gonna be able to bring him low. Ace is gonna be able to get the Doppelganger up, but he's already so low. He needs the assistance. Actually, he's gonna be able to bottle up. Turns around with the Chain Frost bounce around. They might be able to kill GH. YapzOr's here to be able to clean up this kill. Matamaban actually managed to sneak around the side and get Ace from behind. Brought him down with a Dagon. And will TP out to safety. Just as you think Secret might be able to take one up over Liquid. Well, we'll see. They've at least got Kuro, it looks like. Mid-1 should be able to run him down pretty easily with Remnant and the Flame Guard burn. So that's a freebie. Finally, Secret gives themselves a kill that doesn't cost them so much more.
And they really needed that, because I'm still struggling to figure out like how this game is exactly happening. Because Liquid, of course the Nature's Prophet can TP around and set stuff up, but he's not a natural disable or anything. And so most of this is coming around from GH, who has just been everywhere. Demon on the map so far. Already has that medallion, and he's just been a thorn in Secret's side as Liquid, they have full map control right now. They've done a very good job of setting up fights around that Sunstrike, even without any of those reliable disables.
I love the force staff choices that he's thinking about right now. We saw a unusual force staff picked up yesterday off the pink force staff. Thought that was a pretty cool idea.
Yeah. They just need more team fight. They need ways to be able to kite. Because the downside of their lineup is they don't have these stuns. So they have to continue to do these like hit and run maneuvers for them to be able to get kills. And right now it's successful, and maybe there is a time where they will just be able to get a lot of farm as Global Silence pop bottom.
Go for bottom lane with the Reaper Scythe already being used. Doesn't get hit by the Sunstrike, but does get hit by Tubman's Death Pulse.
And the ult ultimately doesn't. He's got a pulse pipe. Right. This is going to show up their team fight even further. It just keeps getting worse and worse right now for Secret as GH.
Nice Puppey slows him down.
Doesn't have the Frost Armor on him either. The Sunstrike.
That one's going to miss.
And GH has to get out of here.
Exact flies straight up into the trees. Accidentally knocks down those trees, but won't be caught.
Fortification.
And it looks like they want to play this early game tempo a little bit faster. As now that they've got the Orchid, anybody is liable to die now.
So, do you agree with Secret taking this slow?
I don't know. They still haven't used Doom, I think. Yeah. To my knowledge, it's almost 20 minutes into the game right now. I just think they're being run around, and they can't read the moves because their ward vision isn't exactly the best either.
And all their lanes are being shoved in. So, pretty much there's only one lane that's ever pushed in.
And game is paused.
Puppey will pause the game for poor Ace, who is currently DC'd out.
I just noticed the bottom left and the bottom, it shows like who glyphed and who...
Yeah, it shows both the glyphs and both the...
That's awesome.
Scans.
Take a quick pause, but yeah, it feels like Secret right now. They're just being run ragged. The fact that they haven't been able to utilize their Doom whatsoever in this game. It's 18 minutes in, hasn't used a single Doom, has been level 6 since the 10-minute mark. They just can't really get him online, and as a result, none of Liquid's cores are getting punished. Yeah, they lose Kuroki once in a while, but nobody else is dying.
Would you say that... I mean, you put most of this on GH, about the game here. You put most of this on GH, but Furion definitely had a large impact as well. Just watching the first 18 minutes, no matter what feels like the Furion has had enough impact. Would you, as Secret, ban it in Game 2?
I mean, we haven't gotten to that point yet. I think we're being a little bit presumptuous here because I think Secret's teamfight is still very strong. If you doom somebody, who cares how much net worth you have? You've been doomed.
I guess my point is, like, oftentimes the hardest part of the game to really make work for a Fury is that early game. And they have done it all stars.
Yeah, they're really comfortable playing around this hero.
Radiant are scanning for enemies.
And we're seeing it here as they're going to scan Secret. They're not even trying to make an aggressive maneuver. They just want to farm. They're so afraid right now of going around the map that they're willing to scan just to see if they can farm a little bit further.
Don't worry, Fada. It's the little things in life. Maybe losing this game by 8,000 gold, scores 5 to 10 before the 20-minute marker, but at least you can deny that dominant.
You gotta be happy about those things. As Puppey has a Quelling Blade, purely for the ward deny, I think.
And
Sprout. That's like minor. I mean, it's a good gold.
It's a little bit annoying when you can't get out and it's a free Sunstrike.
They're trying
That's
to bring
true.
down
That's your stun.
That's like 500 pure damage straight to poor Lich, who's only got probably 890 HP.
Yeah, it's not fun being battle done.
Tower is on the rocks.
It looks like our final 2-1 towers will drop here. Liquid takes
Top
Secret
tower.
getting Liquid
Really tight, Hunter.
just gonna keep going for this tier 2, force Secret into such damage.
They're trying
They've
to
got
bring
some
down
hype
Radiant's top
on the
tower.
Tubman. As long as he can get it off before the Doom, it's gonna be really hard for them to fight. Yeah.
It's so hard to be able to burst anybody now.
So the play here is as soon as somebody gets Doomed, as the silencer, you just pop Global Silence and you force that. Then you just reset the fight, wait out the Doom, and go for it again. Because the Necro will regen so quickly, he has a high amount of HP regen with that pipe. It's okay to take some of these sloppier fights, as long as those things are done in that order. And that's why Secret are so hesitant to fight, even with Liquid taking all of their tier 2 towers.
Is there, can we get like first half to that, just to get him a little bit closer to you. Maybe. Seems like jumping out is going to be hard out of Secret.
But they want to take this fight. This is not a tower that they want to give away for free. They've given away too much of the map already, and if you lose this tier 2 tower, then you're liable to just get Roshan'd, and Liquid can start playing the split up the map game even further.
Yeah.
And take over that area.
But you can see Liquid did have a ward in front of that off-laning tower. So they see Secret's movements. They backed off as there were 5 heroes, but now they know Secret are eventually going to split apart here. They're going to be able to get the catch potentially on the Venomancer who gets a poison out. Liquid trying to play. Sunstrike just on the edge. Looks like Mind Control's able to pick it up with his ultimate. Reaper's Sign brings the Doom a little bit low, who's going for Miracles and more for the back line. Ember Spirit's going to join him. Mid-1 hopes to be able to catch up, but immediately silenced up. And now being pushed around by Miracle back to the rest of the team. Hopes to be able to get a save from the Necrophos and will be able to. Mind Control going to TP out. He is barely going to be able to make it alive, but the rest of the heroes are a bit low. So it looks like Liquid is just going to be able to clean up the rest of the Secret. They're going to be forced to retreat. Ace not getting hit by that tornado. May still be chased down here with no doppelganger. Another second. Mind Control. And the back line with the Orchid is going to be able to get the Ember Spirit kill. Now Ace is going to move forward, trying to get the kill onto Mind Control, surrounding him with his illusions. But the damage is already done. They've lost their core. And now the rest of Liquid backing Mind Control up. They're just diving into tier 3. They're going to be able to take Puppy as well. Venomancer's going to go for the TP in. Maybe Liquid have already extended themselves, but they don't have a... Oh, no, they don't have a stun. It's just a TP away. It's so easy for Matamba Man to get out of these engagements now that all the support is dead. Liquid even gets that tier 2. It is a goddamn massacre here in game number 1.
And Mind Control even TPing bottom to further maximize the farm, breathing even heavier down the necks of Secret as Liquid with full control. First Doom of the game used, and it largely led to nothing. And in fact, it led to his team all dying and them losing the tier 2 tower.
Yeah.
And now the one area that they could farm, this ancient area, is being taken away from them.
Ancient, yeah, that like triangle you're talking about.
They don't feel comfortable going into their own jungle because they don't know about the ward vision. The next move they make is probably you just buy a desperation gem, because you can't play under this kind of vision game. And once you grab that tier 2 tower up the top, you go for the Roshan. I think Secret are aware of this, but fighting it is another story.
Especially with Liquid, I feel like this is something Liquid always does with Roshan. They will start a Roshan with like 2 heroes and they'll always have someone so they can actually get the initiation on the team trying to contest Roshan rather than the other way around. Miracle is pushing forward with his mid. Not in a space so to be able to stop Secret is moving forward into the Roshan mid. It's going to force Liquid down.
What I'd like to see right now is Matamba Man back out, let the Nature's Prophet push out both of the side lanes, and once somebody goes to deal with this bottom lane, then you can go back to the Rosh pit if you feel like it.
But at the same time, Secret do have a pretty good hero to be able to deal with that, right? They can just have the Ember Spirit run at bottom, and you can always jump back to that Roshan pit if you right?
Especially now that he has the Yule Scepter. That's going to make it a lot easier for him, but Linken's number 1 completed on Liquid. Last I checked, they wanted one on Miracle, who's steadily getting closer to his. And once that happens, Cap, the teamfight initiation is just simply not going to be there for Secret. They don't have any of these heroes that ignore the Linkens very easily, like the Earthshaker or the Earth Spirit. Instead, they've got a lot of single target focus down.
It's going to be super hard as the Doom. You have to get like the Mana Drain Creep or the Purge Creep, jump in, pop the Linkens with that ability, and then get Doom on. But the problem with that is Mind Control is going to have Tornado, Cold Snap, something to be able to interrupt you in that short period. Yeah, Mind Control has his Orchid. So that extra like half a second that it takes for you to be able to cast something off the Linken is devastating.
It feels like an eternity, especially against players playing at this level. You don't get that kind of time as Miracle at the top is waiting for mid 1, already starts popping some spells, but just gonna push out the wave right now, and his team are gathered up in this mid area. Looks like they're pinging around. Matamba Man preemptively pops Growth Shroud, but was afraid of getting gone on. Still very tanky though.
They're so confident. Being over in the period now that they have those Lincolns. They know it's just so unlikely for them to be caught by Secret at this point, especially with the aggressive vision they have now. Top lane will still have that laning ward. It's going to be able to see a most rotation in that jungle area.
And even though they're only up by 8 kills,
Scanning for enemy.
Liquid have built up a 13,000 gold lead as one more Midas in, and Miracle with Bill have paid off
And Slow protecting Miracle as he pushes on the top lane, looking for that pick off, and he's going to be able to find it on to Ace. He's going to be caught with the Reaper's sight.
Even gets hit by the Sunstrike. Beautiful play by Liquid. This might just lead them into a high ground scenario as Secret. They'll be hard pressed to defend this. They don't have the best heroes at defending this. They do have the Venomancer, but he's not in place to place those wards. Only has one down so far. Already going to get gone on.
Might as well try and force the buyback. GH trying to give himself a little bit of push. It's down the cliff. 45 seconds they're going to have to deal with this siege if they want to keep the buyback intact for the Phantom Lancer. It seems so unlikely they're going to be touching that. We'll see. Midwan pushes himself. A little bit of damage here. Now the Doom initiates onto Necrophos. But there goes that defensive force down, trying to get him back to the rest of the team. Hoping to be able to keep the Necrophos alive here, but they are going to be gone on by Ace. So it looks like he's definitely dead. Midwan gets
getting
good
low.
Last actually, he's going to be able to bring down Crow with the help of Ace. Now they look towards Miracle. Goes for a TP out, goes for the invis, but they do have the
bottom though.
Blade is going to be able to catch that one. TP in, Mind Control, they're going to be able to catch him as well. Midwan goes for it with the boots of travel, and Mind Control does not have the York to be able to stop him here. Tries to go for the Sprout, doesn't quite catch him. Midwan catching up, goes for the TP out. As long as they actually get the disable here with the Eul Scepter, and then they get the chains to be able to stop the follow-up, but he gets the Orchid off, and Mind Control is going to be able to make it out alive.
Very well done. Was waiting to pop that Eul Scepter. Baits the first TP so that he uses it, then the second one.
Dire structures are
Really is his holster.
Especially since he put himself right on top of it before he did it, so they had to use the Eul Scepter for that first attack.
And I really like that he went for that play. He understands this is a lost fight. The only way that they can win that fight is if Matoma Man is able to live for even half a second, but he recognizes, okay, my team, we've definitively lost this fight. There's no point in me also throwing my life away. Let's create some pressure so they can't immediately go for an objective like this.
Midwan with a double damage, and yeah, so coming in nice double chains with the Resonant. They're going to be able to bring down both of these supports. Secrets hit Liquid back hard. Trying to set the tempo of this game. They're going to take that tier 1 tower away from Liquid as well. And that gold lead beginning to plummet for Liquid.
Yeah, we talked about it. This is what happens when you don't have these disables. You're always going to get initiated on them. We thought they had enough farm, but 15,000 gold lead now going down to 8 as Miracle. He wants this kill on a Puppey.
Dirty dog, you leave those core supports alone. Puppey's going to be caught in cold snap. No chance in hell that he's getting out of that one. Will put some pressure on that top lane. Now here comes the rotation. Sunstrike.
Midwan.
Or no, Sunstrike. Midwan's not going to be able to catch him.
Yeah, has an Arcane Rune and a DD. Miracle going to get out of there as Midwan now starting to get really farmed. Almost has that fully completed Radiance. There is no lockdown available for him. Only silences, so that Eul Scepter is especially effective right now. And Liquid, without any hexes on their side,
Radiant's bottom
they're going to be hard pressed to find the initiation.
Yeah, they're going to have to like throw Reaper's Sight at the Ember Spirit just to be able to get some control on it. That's not really your ideal.
It shows you that even if you're ahead 50 state when you have a lineup that doesn't have these disables or the team fight ability, then for the most part you want to avoid these fights. Like Secret obviously has a much stronger overall 5-on-5 right now.
Now, at least we did get that tier 3 at bottom lane for that nasty engagement at top. So the shrines are unlocked. They've already taken one of them from bottom lane. And Furion is eventually going to throw treants at that top shrine as well. So we're not only talking about pretty big boost in gold for Team Liquid, but also a lot more map control.
And that's what they need right now. They need to further build that lead up.
Just suffocate Secret, right? Just build and build more and more of an advantage, because it's kind of like that, it was that Chinese saying where if you can't go high ground, your advantage is false, right? It's a little bit ringing true here for Liquid, just because of the fact that they don't have a team fight to always guarantee beat out Secret.
Yeah, and Secret even going to make an aggressive smoke maneuver. They trust their team fight right now. And Vada, only person showing right now on Liquid. Kuro. A little bit ahead right now.
Vada's a pretty good actor. Backing off, trying to play a little hesitant.
Oh, Midwan went for it.
Chains there. Midwan didn't actually get the sleight of fist onto Matamba Man. Catch Mike. Good force that forward. Yeah, Midwan out. Hoping to be able to close in on that core kill, but now the fight Liquid is here. They're going to be able to go to the Reaper's Sight, bringing Doom low, and then finish him off with Mind Control. Now the Chain Frost comes in. It's not going to do much, only bouncing between the two of them. And now GH trying to pursue, but Ace makes sure that there is no pursuit on the rest of Secret as they back off. Miracle immediately going for the fast split push. This is going to force Secret to team back, and you can see Liquid are surging forward, trying to catch some of these heroes that are TPing away.
They need a Roshan right now on Liquid. They force people bottom, they force people top. I think this is one of the best opportunities that they're going to have to go for it. They're setting up around that area. GH already popping the fly just to see if there's anything there. And with the ward in there, it seems like they're a little bit spooked as Miracle going to finish out a BKB now. Starting to get really farmed. And Curl. Is he going to die for that?
Shrine.
He's going to die for
A
that.
lot of damage very quickly. Miracle could not get a tornado off in time to save his ally.
At the same time, Mind Control takes down another tower. Immediately gets out. Now it's two sides that are exposed. And this is exactly what Liquid want to do. They want to continue to put up the pressure without sacrificing too much. And Mind Control going to try to solve his team's disable issue.
Let's see if he can pick up that Scythe of Ice. That'll help for sure.
They're not lacking damage. With a Dagon 2 and a Shiva's Guard on their Necro,
Yeah.
plus Sunstrike, any hero goes down. They just need the ability to lock somebody up.
He's trying to get Dagon 5, so you could just Reaper Sight the Ember Spirit and they could just throw a bunch of magic damage at him in that like 1.5 second window where he's disabled.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea whatsoever. Necro, though, of course, not the most mobile hero as Secret. Gonna go for another smoke as Fada.
Get to mid one. He needs your help badly. Gets the Ult Scepter off. He can jump himself away before the damage comes in. Immediately silence up. The Chain Frost is going to be able to come through. With the damage coming in from the Doom as well, they might be able to bring down Matamba Man, which is a big time kill and well worth it. But here comes Miracle with the backup. Nice Sonic Boom. He's going to be able to push back two of the members. And it looks like Ace is just on full retreat here with the BKB up Miracle. They don't really want to fight him. They just want to be able to get the quick kill on
lives
GH
here.
and maybe be able to get out of here. Ace is able to slide himself away, but Yapster with the minus armor coming out with Miracle's damage. It may be a little bit too much. Fada turns and fights, gets on the poison. Matamba Man is able to get that kill, which will gladly help him. He needed that regen as he was dropping dangerously low, especially with the poison on him. So he heals up. They're going to be able to establish control of the map again. Liquid may not have gotten Roshan, but they certainly won that fight.
And with the 3 high ground heroes dead on the side of Secret, including the Lich for his chain, his Frost Armor, I think this is going to mean a high ground attempt again as they start shoving in this bottom area, but Liquid instead content to go for the Roshan. It's just going to be Matamba Man down here, and Liquid should be able to nab this very easily for themselves. Thought they would have tried to go for the forced out buyback.
Now feeling comfortable potentially being caught. I mean, if you think about it that way, right? If you force the buyback and you get caught from trying to retreat, the team fight goes away in Secret, but they've got Roshan themselves. The buyback is worth it. So Liquid here going for the
Indeed, as first Roshan of the game goes to Liquid. A pretty late one, considering the kind of dominance that they've shown. 33 minutes into the game. The gold lead finally doing what they wanted to again.
Yep, going down, down, down.
Yeah, and it's on the back of taking smarter team fights, going for these single pickoffs, not trying to just group up. If you allow Secret to take these full-on, straight-up 5-on-5s, it's going to be rough for you, as Yapstor doesn't have Doom. Just trying to devour, run forward, get back, and it's going to be mid one that shows himself up front.
We're getting closer to level 25 and that tornado will certainly help out Liquid's disable issue. It's hell for an Ember Spirit to play around the tornado that's up.
Isn't Miracle one of the few that go for the AoE peak still?
Do you think it's AoE blast in this game?
It might be a little bit different.
Between a PL and an Ember Spirit, I figure tornado.
A little bit lower as Matamba Man with the Aegis.
Yeah, get that chip damage on range. Actually, they managed to force out Reaper Sight from Matamba Man. He thought he was going to be able to get a kill there. Can Secret actually take advantage of that cooldown?
I don't think so.
No, doesn't look like it. In fact, you can already see the Ember Spirit going to bottom lane, looking to beat the split push.
Mind Control has that Hex available. Not his usual DPS build, but had to adjust for this game. Does so. Miracle invised up, just walking around.
Trying to finish up that Octarine at level 25.
Yeah, he's really close to it.
No need to use this Aegis right away, right? You always say establish map control first. That first couple of minutes of Aegis.
It's really silly to grab an Aegis and then immediately go for 5-man. If you blow that team fight, then you lost your ability to take over the map, and so it was kind of a lost cause.
Catch one here with the Scythe of Ice. You get a little bit of control, but there's just not the damage follow-up. Little Scepter goes off. Maybe they can actually get the silence follow-up with the global silence. They might be able to catch him. They even have GH with another silence to follow this one up. Mid one's going to be caught a little bit longer.
Oh, he's too
Stands
fast?
to jump himself away. He gets out. Did they change their silences?
Yeah, a little bit.
I think they did.
as Liquid. It could have been a kill, but they just didn't have the damage necessary for him. First had to break that Flame Guard as Octarine Core now completed. They see Liquid in this mid area as GH. Starting to press on forward, doesn't have that Aghanim Scepter. So no flying vision for him quite yet, and with no gem available, he's going to run into Puppey, who's starting to get low, but YapzOr right there to protect him, and now the Chain Frost is let loose.
Oh, all of Secret is here to be able to protect their captain. Puppey may still die from the urn take down here. Oh, just enough to be able to keep himself alive. Now Matumbaman's in kind of a bad issue here. Ace is going to chase away Kuro. They're not immediately focusing down this Necrophos because YapzOr is going to jump for the back line. He's going to go for the Furion, but that leaves Miracle a little unintended. So they're just going to go back for Matumbaman and just try and finish him off and let Miracle do whatever he wants. If he wants to retreat, that's fine. They're going to take away the Aegis of the Necrophos. And back up, they're actually going to go for the kill for Miracle. He's setting up for a big meteor, definitely blast, AoE combination. Matumbaman brought down to half HP, but is going to be able to regen up through a lot of this one if they can just get one of these kills. And it looks like they've got all of them here. Liquid, they managed to hit big time out of Secret. They just run out of ammo here. 3 members dead, down from Secret. Only the 2 cores of Ember Spirit and Phantom Lance are kept alive.
And we see now why he goes for the AoE Deafening Blast.
Yeah.
He walks in, pops it. The entire team
just caught unaware by Miracle's side rotation. That's something they maybe got to keep their eye on a little bit better. It's hard to constantly keep up that counter vision, but if you don't have that, Miracle's going to be able to slide into good positions for these team fights.
Yeah. Secret that they just had a good fight. With GH down, that's 1 less Force Staff, 1 less hero to worry about. They need to press any kind of advantage that they have, and a numbers one is pretty important for them just now. But Matumbaman
plus Orchid takes a lot of damage. Doesn't have a whole lot of mana to work with either. He's only got 1 juice off this one.
Yeah. There's a heart though completed on Ace, so he doesn't go down easily as Liquid with 2 heroes down on the side of Secret, pressing their advantage as much as they can let it go.
Liquid's just drawing attention to this bottom lane while Miracle goes for the real shot at top lane. Tries to finish off this melee rack, see if he can do it in time. Bada, not quite. Catch Miracle.
Yeah, YapzOr.
Now
being dragged back.
They'll get that range back. Both the melee racks down to half HP here. Secret, they get torn apart. Miracle is going to pop the BKB and finish off that melee rack. Goes to TP out. This should be the retreat of Liquid. Now the pressure of Miracle is gone. They got what they came for. They got both the melee racks at top as well as range racks above.
And there's absolutely nothing that they can do about him. When he pops that BKB, has that Liquid available, even if YapzOr did have Doom, which he didn't. Unable to complete anything as Miracle going to make his way down there again. And Liquid, I think they want to continue to do this. Why take a straight 5-on-5 fight and risk anything when you can just split Secret around the map? Secret don't have that heavy initiation. They've got to show somebody. And it's not easy for them to start these fights in this manner.
Yeah, we just don't have those traditional, like, hard initiating forward positions or offlaners on either side. So these team fights can get pretty messy.
Yeah, without that available, it becomes a game where Liquid are saying to themselves, okay, throw yourselves outside of your base. If you don't do so, well, we'll just bang on your buildings. And if you don't commit to a fight, we'll take your racks. And if you do commit to a fight and you happen to lose it, we've got a lot of mobile heroes. Miracle can just TP back in. Nature's Prophet can do the same. They can't afford to lose any fights, and that's why Secret are so reluctant. And they were willing to give up that Rax's mid one. Doesn't connect.
18,000 gold lead for Liquid, 23 to 14 to their favor.
Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out what number it is where it doesn't matter what kind of heroes they have. And this might be the number, 20k.
I don't think I've seen too many comebacks. Make a little magic happen here in ESL 1.
You just need a really good Doom. This game pretty much falls on YapzOr's shoulders.
How many of them? How many really good Dooms do you need?
You need a really good one.
I was hoping to be able to see like maybe a refresher starting to be built on.
The problem is there's too many targets for the Doom. If you don't Doom the Nature's Prophet, well, NP's got Tex and an Orchid. And if you don't Doom Matumbaman, he's pretty unkillable.
And you have to deal with Lincoln as well.
Yes.
Which he's played very well around. I don't think he's had a Doom block by Lincoln yet, but it's still going to be a struggle.
It gets even better than that. Now you've got a 6-slotted Miracle who has a Refresher and an Octarine completed.
So surely he's target number 1, right? There's too much firepower coming out of this mage.
There's his head spinning. There's just too many heroes. Any of them would be a good choice, though. That's the good news. If there are 3 really good choices,
He gets 1 Doom off, you could say it's a good Doom.
yeah, it's like, you did it, man. Job complete.
You got past the wall of Lincoln.
Take your hands off the keyboard as mid one. Now going to push out this top area. Doesn't opt to save for that buyback. Instead, electing to finish up that Shiva's guard. I think this is the right choice. You're so far behind. What does buyback really matter at this point?
Are under attack.
We're going to need to win a lot of team fights here.
Oh, the Treant army.
Radiant
Control
barracks
easily
are
taking that range tracks. And again, Liquid going back to his method of split pushing.
Radiant's
Secret.
middle tower can't handle
They're
this
going to force
day.
you into committing for a fight. Where's it going to be, though? Maybe it's around this last Rax. You can send 1 area of defense. They're all under this ward right now. Secret not even bothering with his sentries outside.
Remember that conversation? It was Swindle on the Star Ladder panel. You said there's a lot of traps in the game, referring to just like Treants.
Yeah.
In this case, Forge Spirit. There's so many things in the way for Secret that are just pushing into their base. They have to clear through all this stuff before they can even think about initiating on a Team Liquid in the background.
That's a fitting commentary, considering Rose Green, Garbage Man, as the gem is now
That's where he
completed.
came up with this strategy.
And 1 gonna shove out this mid area. And I guess if you're this far behind, you can just start to defend only 1 area, like centralize everything.
That's another Chinese problem, right? In Dota, once you've lost 2 lanes of Rax, the game becomes easier because you only have 1 lane.
Did Jack tell you that?
Yeah.
That sounds like a good one. Is Liquid? They've got the high ground area. Doom has been expended. It's an illusion. They waited so long just for that, and Matoma Man gonna preemptively pop his shot.
Is there some way that Secret actually wins this fight with a wasted Doom? No, they're gonna have to retreat here with a Global Silence pop right on top of a Shrine 2. That would be suicide to rush into that fight.
So there was a wrong target.
There was a wrong target.
We didn't
indeed.
anticipate that one. He was trying to play decisively. He's like, this is our moment. Who cares? It's the first person that instantly.
Instant regret there.
Oh,
For Yapzor.
that's rough. And
Man,
now
we were
Liquid.
praising him for not getting. He's like, he hasn't lost a Doom to a Linken's yet. Happens to be an illusion.
It's the same thing
Yeah.
as Secret.
Oh, Miracle. He's going for the assassination on Puppey again.
This ward has done way too much.
Or the Rax, actually.
This ward has done way too much
Yeah.
for Liquid. And normally it gets dewarded pretty early on, but I think Secret, they're just under the gun, feeling the pressure right now. So many things for them to have to worry about as at bottom.
Just given this one up.
You might as well.
Yeah.
They're gonna pop Glyph, but no one's scared of it.
Good die.
Barracks are under attack.
The melee racks starting to get pretty low, but Emperor Spirit making an effort to clean it up as mid lane. This is where the real fight is.
Mid-bot does get caught by the Reaper side, but oh jeez, she's so tanky. That was actually still a little damage, but Tumbleman's completely out of mana too. They managed to burn him out, but Miracle still gets the objective. Every little silver lining for Secret surrounding very dark cloud.
In a way, this makes the game, like you said, easier for Secret. It was just stuff that they didn't want to have to worry about. Now you don't have to worry about it. Focus all your attention on this mid-racks and defending it. The side lanes are done already. Who cares about that? That's a foregone conclusion. It's
got
time to
plenty
think
of-
about the future.
We've got plenty of huts and shrines in the way to deal with the side lane pushes.
Exactly.
Focus on mid and focus on this Roshan fight, right? This is the opportunity for Secret.
The jump's gonna matter as Doom doesn't have Doom quite yet, but he's gonna start running at Kuroki, trying to force something out.
Just hoping to be able to force a global silence or something, but it is on cooldown.
Look at the backline though, Miracle coming from behind.
Look out behind you, Miracle. The assassin is coming. It looks like they're going to be able to catch GH. Will they manage to bring him down? So it's a 4 versus 5 now, but Secret are trying to retreat back to their mid lane. Miracle is unable to stop any of that. Pops a refresher though, and he's going to try and catch these heroes with AoE Deafening Blast. He's hoping to be able to take on this fight 1 versus 2, but gets caught by the Doom. He popped the BKB beforehand, so that'll help him out a little bit. And it looks like Secret are not okay with chasing him down. They don't feel comfortable with it, especially with the rest of the Team Liquid being gone for so long. A starts backing himself away. Looks like we will manage to get our Doom out of there, so Yapzor makes a clean retreat. But their tier 3 did take some damage, and all they got out of it.
Yeah, and another Doom had to be expended for that, but with the BKB down on the side of Miracle, if he was able to do that half a second earlier, then maybe they just refuse to chase him down. But Miracle gonna go for it as an ace, out of mana, try to go for the attempt, unable to connect.
Dude, Ace is every single time I look at him. Miracle does have BKB. thought maybe it would be on cooldown.
Now with the Octarine Core, it's almost always possible. It's 40 seconds only for refresher. That's how long cooldown is, as Mind Control just continuing to shove out the lanes with his ultimate. Oh jeez. I think he should just go for his own refresher, or
Yeah, he needs to.
like as unfortunate as